a lot of people on Twitch are dudes. A lot of people who watch Twitch is dudes. So Twitch is heavily geared towards that. It's also heavily geared to streaming, unlike YouTube. Welcome back, my delinquents. A case today coming across the table, and it's gonna be a doozy, honestly, because it has to do with VTubers, particularly probably VTuber community getting really upset at Pokimane. To be fair, who hasn't been upset at Pokimane at this point, because she's always getting into trouble. And I'm going to preface this, I'm not really a fan of Pokimane. I think she does fucks up a lot, but before we go into it, I feel like I have to underline that, because I feel like this is a very opinion-based, depending how you like to math and your opinion on the situation, when it comes to if you think that anger is justified or not. Because this has blown up into a huge situation of the entire VTuber community pretty much weighing in on this. Some people more aggressive than others, and even VTubers weighing into it. What Pokimane pretty much said was that there was no top female streamers, or streaming was getting male dominated. So a lot of people picking it apart in different ways. There is people saying that streaming was always male dominated. And I would have to agree with that. Streaming has always been male dominated. That is not new. It's not really new. It's just continuous. Counter it by saying VTubers are more popular than Pokimane, and they're more popular and just as popular as these guys. So which one is it? Is it male dominated or isn't it? I don't think they can exclusively exist. VTuber women can't be equally as popular as the guys, but it still be completely dominated by men, because if they are, it's not all dominated by men. And that is the thing. Female VTubers are incredibly popular. They're doing fantastic. They're doing crazy stuff. Ironmouse herself has pulled in some of the biggest sub numbers in all of Twitch and all over. But the thing is, when it comes to being the top streamer, subs don't matter. It's all about those numbers, baby. And the problem I'm having with figuring this out is because other than ironmouse and a few top ones, I did do math through this and go through it. A lot of YouTube ones only release the stats for the hours, so we're going to have to math to get there, where I'm going to try and estimate where they would be on this list, especially with the YouTube ones, by using Pikaru's data, because Pikaru is the top female streamer pretty much. But let's get into what everyone's saying, and we'll go more into this debate. Let's get into it, my darling. Hey guys, we're in the case room. We have our serious face on. Our serious ears up. We're at attention. Let's get into it. Okay, so this kind of sparks around with this post here. Coming from Dexro. Dexro is okay. Everyone knows I have a problem with this place. Don't feel consistently similar numbers of these guys, or do they not count? Okay, we'll go into that in a second, because I did my best to try and look this up, how close VTubers, the top VTubers, get to these guys. Because I'm going to be honest, Kaisenet pulls in absolutely insane numbers, but there's only so many people that even get close to him. Unfortunately, aren't that many huge female streamers, at least not on Kai and Speed's level. And I'm going to focus on that part of the claim and not say she's saying VTubers are irrelevant, because I don't think that's automatically what she's saying, which I know a couple of people probably going to say, how did this become about VTubers when she doesn't mention VTubers? I don't know. That's just how Twitter works. But Pokimane says that the streaming scene is becoming more male dominated, and that was a part I would say she is the most wrong on. I wouldn't say she's particularly wrong that there's not many on Kai and Speed's level that are women, but I would say in general there's not many people on their level in general. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself on that one. But this has sparked off, of course, to the some of the craziest part, and I'm probably going to get some toxic slack for even showing this person's tweet, because it's on certain parts of Twitter. But pretty much they're saying cute, funny, not woke, shows her butt for attention, not funny, woke. And that's why Garuguru is more popular, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I wish I could research some of this stuff without hearing the word woke. Be nice. Next, as we all know, the bane of our existence with corporate VTubers, we don't know a fucking thing about what, if they're woke or not realistically. But realistically, if women have jobs, they're a little woke. Please don't take that out of context. I swear, it was horribly sarcastic. Hashtag it's woke to work. And this is what sparked me researching too, and that's from Maribel, the first statey VTuber. They're a very sweet lady. They bring up the leaked revenue list of who makes the most money, which doesn't connect to really what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for numbers here, because money is a difficult thing to judge success by, because you can have lower numbers but make a lot more money. Because technically ironmouse hits around 8 to 9,000, and that's really a lot, but compared to Kaisenet's, which hits around 50 to 75, it is a difference. But ironmouse makes a crap ton of money and a crap ton of subs, so they don't automatically line up, especially with VTubers. But remember these Twitch leaks from a few months ago. Here's Pokimane, the biggest female streamer on Twitch. Only 3 women are among the top 100 paid streamers. And this is actually a trend with a lot of numbers, because we're going to look at Twitch and a bit of YouTube here to try and go to it, but YouTube doesn't release as well. So that is true. There is only so many women in the top 1. We've got Ammonrouth, we've got Pokimane, etc. And I don't know if Emaru's in here, but I don't have these original leaks here. And she brings up a good point about the numbers. And before we go into more people's opinions back and forwards about vtubers, I will read Lumi's first, because I feel like they make a really good point about this. I will go into the numbers right after this of what I've kind of seen here. And I'm no mathematician, just a bunny with a badge, okay? But I'm just going to use what I can find here. I keep seeing people mad because they think VTubers are excluded, but I don't think they realize people like Kai and Speed are pulling 50k viewers per stream. There are no VTubers doing anything close to that, which is technically true. The closest you're going to find is Japanese side of VTubing, and even then, they're not pulling those numbers, not even close, realistically. And I think that's a fair opinion to have. So with that in mind, we're going to go into these numbers here. So first part, finding the top female streamers. I'm not going to say this place is accurate, because this is the best I could find. Pikaru is the top female VTuber. 3.37 million hours watched. I couldn't quite find her average here. I'm not super used to looking this stuff up, so maybe it is different. So she has around 3.37 million hours watched. And yes, she could technically stream less, and her views could be a lot higher. But VTubers really dominate with events most of the time, but they don't keep their averages as high, in my opinion, from viewing it. But let's look at ironmouses, who, other than I think this person here is a VTuber too, but their hours watched is a lot lower. So I'm going to go with ironmouses, even though hers is based on 230 hours. Ironmouse does stream a lot, and she gets 1.96 million and 8,000.5, and she only ranks 217. So when you compare that to Pikaru's here, 3.7 or 2.7, here ironmouse's on hours watched ranking in at the second top streamer of all time based on that, and not viewer hours. I don't know why a lot of VTubing stuff does viewer hours and not average viewers. Don't ask me. That's just what I could find there, and it seems to be the most popular used. And her peak was 36,000 on ironmouses. Oh wait, no, 1.96. I freaking cannot. She's 1.96, not 2.96. So she's above Valkyrie. She's third. Oh, well, fourth. She's fourth on the list. Sorry, guys. Your bunny can't math. So she's around fourth on the all-time females, but she only hits 217 on Twitch on here. On YouTube, probably a different platform there. But Twitch does have the most viewers, and this is the only time VTubers come up on the list is with these two people. So you don't even see a VTuber until 205. But technically, Pokimane's only 204. And she's, what was it? The 39th top paid female, which I think is the top female paid on there. So look how high up she is insane. And I went through all the 200 and I could not see a VTuber on the Twitch list. So that seems to be where the VTubers line, and ironmouse would be fourth in the world for VTubing based on her stats here, including Japanese. So then we're going to go to the top here, because Pikaru is the one we need to fit in here because she's our number one gal. So average viewers at 87,000 for Kai. Insane, right? With only time streamed 73 hours. He got that on barely any time streamed, practically, and 6.5 million. His numbers are almost double Pikaru's at 3.37. They are not even close to each other. It's insane. And she would be the top female streamer in the world with her stats the way they are. And that's the thing. If we look at these stats here, 57 hours. Dude, who the fuck is Blaster Prime? Dude needs a stream more, lazy bitch. But okay. I don't know who that is, so we're not going to use them right now. But they hit around there. But look, Asmongold has 10 million, 5.7, 6.3. But Asmongold streams way too much. Casio, 100 hours, 5.73. Stuff like that. So realistically, I feel the top, you could kind of put Pikaru. I feels like she comes in around 8th based on these people, because this guy hits high views, but he's only streamed 21 hours. So I don't think she would be around there. And I would like to try and find, and I'll search in here if I can find Pikaru's average viewer, but she seems to hit on at least the hours watched around 8th in the world. So, okay, this is what I could find here. Thank you, internet. Apparently I was just Googling it wrong. 38,000 views. I mathed for nothing. I'm a peasant. Okay, 38,000 views. So, okay, apparently that puts her at 17th. I was being kinder with my math. I could put her at 8th. So somewhere between 17th and 8th. But most likely 17th, seeing we were able to get an accurate rating on her views. So the top female streamer in the world, Pikaru, is only 18th in there. In the top 50, she's the only girl, Pikaru. First woman to come up on the actual list, and not us put us in there without good math, is Emaru at 61. 20,000 average viewers. At like 141. My bad, guys. Videl's at 141. I must have skipped past her. I'm sorry, Videl. They are a VTuber. Technically, they are AI and run by a guy, so they can't be on the girl list, I guess? Because they're not a person? Like, as in, like, Nero-sama's not a person, but Videl's a person, and they're under Videl, so I guess they can't be on the top lady list. And the other one comes in at 162. So realistically, before Pokimane, there's only 2 or 3 women that are even on the top 200 list. There we go. Another one, that's our third. Yep. There is around 4 women in the top 200 plus streamers. That's something. But that's not on Twitch. That's not including YouTube, and there seems to be a lot more female VTubers on YouTube, of course. Like, the biases in that direction. And with that math, I feel like she's not wrong in the fact that it's heavy with guys. And there's no women close. But there is a lot of factors to this. One, a lot of people on Twitch are dudes. A lot of people who watch Twitch is dudes. So Twitch is heavily geared towards that. It's also heavily geared to streaming, unlike YouTube, etc. 2, statistically, women are more likely to watch men, and men are more likely to watch men. There is bias in that direction, as in both prefer to watch men. So it's a struggle in that way, that both genders tend to lean towards watching men for some reason, unless it's very specific content. Like girls like to watch other girls for girlier content, etc. I think that is a big part of it, and it's not inherently this is a huge sexism problem or whatever I think Pokimane was trying to make it out to be, which is the part I disagree with Pokimane, trying to make it a sexist problem than a genuine discussion about why that is. And I think there is a lot of reasons for it. Next to, though a lot of women play games, gaming was seen as a guy's main, and guys tend to respect other men with skill in games. So when they go looking for tutorials, they look for guys. When they go looking for great gameplay, they go for guys, because they automatically just think that. So they go for women for pure entertainment, looking at the gaming side of it. But only just chatting, you go to someone you're either wanting to get to know or someone you deeply relate to. And so it kind of gives the upper hand. But honestly, there is a lot of reasons why this general difference in these lists can be happening. And there are only a few ideas I have of why, and mainly why I personally think Pokimane isn't exactly wrong in all of it, but I do think she was wrong for trying to imply it's sexism, trying to make it like all about male-dominated things, and instead of just the giant gap between the top, like, say, 10 creators and the rest of Twitch. I think it's just a general problem with the huge divide in viewers, how it's not evenly spread out at all. It's not even close. There's like a really heavy top on Twitch. Though I do find it amazing how the VTuber community can make a drama out of everything, even if it's not directed at them. But I'm not going to lie to you, this was more of a reailty thing and a discussion about this topic, because I do find it really interesting. Like the trends, human nature, stuff like that. What do you think of this VTuber drama, this VTuber debate on Pokimane leaving out VTubers? Are female VTubers just as popular as Kai Cenat, etc.? What do you guys think? You know what I think about this topic. I don't think there's many people that can really compete with the top 6, may as well all the other women. It would be nice if there's some more women on the list, but you have to find your own place in these kind of things, especially with streaming and gaming and all that kind of stuff, and maybe we're just not there yet. And I think there is plenty of successful women. It doesn't automatically have to be in the best top 50 scene. It's all entertainment based, with a lot of different factors. But let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell. Let me know if I missed anything in the story, because I almost definitely did. Whenever I get ranting about topics like this, I tend to miss things. But I just found it interesting. I'll catch you next time, my delinquent.
In a world of neon lights, till the body shines so bright, clumsy hot flood holds her crown, busting sassy folks she's found. Ears perk up a burp in sight, with a smile she takes the fight. Buns and balls won't break her stride, carrying hard she won't hide.
And some people also bring up the fact that YouTube is dominated by VTubers, but YouTube is the most popular platform for VTubers. YouTube really hasn't kicked off as much for other streamers. YouTube is where my waifus are. Pretty much should be YouTube's slogan at this point for their streaming services, because it's dominated by VTubers. But we're going to go into it, get everyone's opinion, see everyone's back and forwards, because I can see the reason people would think that, but I also have my own opinion on this, on the whole female streamer thing. And obviously it's not just because of sexism and stuff like that. And there is like a lot of nuances why women struggle to the top, and it has a lot to do with it. And I'm just going to say here, a lot of people are going to say, gaming is mostly men. Of course streaming is mostly men. Streaming hasn't been mostly gaming in like 6 years. Like, you all complain about the just chatting being everywhere. That is the era we're in. It's not all gaming. And 50% of gaming is women. And some dudes are going to be on here. I'm not saying I watched someone's video when they said this, that like, when they're really gaming was like freaking Bejeweled or Farmville. It's like, no, some of the most popular games are Stardew Valley, The Sims. Cold Land was hugely popular with women. Yeah, they may not be the games you play, but they are games. So it's why women make up, especially like 50% of Valorant players now are women. So it's not just casual games anymore. It's getting up there. I'm sorry, guys. Boober's coming in hot. But I just want to underline that, as that's not an automatic factor anymore, because I think there's a lot of reasons why it is staying male dominated, and I don't think it's particularly sexism.